Ooh, that's the lesser of two evils when it comes to their dance moves. Coach showed us a little something with the two arms, and then he kind of went to one arm, and then it went hands in the pocket. So, Coach Saban, not the best moves I've seen. I was just glad to see him celebrate. Coach Sweeney, though, I've seen him pull it out a little bit. He can rock it. I don't think any of those guys can dance like Baker Mayfield, though. He's the dancer of the year for me when it comes to college football.
When
Clemson will beat
Alabama
Alabama
lost,
if
I'm sorry, when Alabama lost early, they lost the Ole Miss game.
Yes.
Was there any reason to think that they wouldn't be able to pull it back together and get to this point?
I don't see why people wrote them off the same way they did. Anybody that watched the Ole Miss game recognized the opportunities that they missed out on. And since that time, and Alabama has never been a team that has beaten themselves. I mean, it's very rare when they've beaten themselves. But 5 turnovers against forcing 0, and you have a -5 turnover margin, you lose by 6 to a ranked football team that just won a New Year's Six bowl game. That's pretty impressive. So I think, if anything, it allowed them to recognize, look, we can play that bad and come within one possession of potentially winning. I think that gave them a lot of confidence, but I don't think anyone should have ever written off this team. This is a team that has played in national championship games and SEC championship games almost on an annual basis since 2008. And, I think people jumped the gun a little early when it came to writing off this football team.
Okay, last one, right?
Yeah.
and the final question will be
Yeah, but-
Clemson will beat Alabama if.
My big thing, I think in order for Clemson to beat Alabama, Deshaun Watson has to have a performance similar to that of Vince Young in the 2005 Rose Bowl. And the thing is, he's capable of that. Passing it, running it, being creative enough behind the line of scrimmage, throwing the ball vertically down the field. Alabama's defense is as good as I've ever seen at this level. They are absolutely incredible. And Deshaun Watson, I think, with a performance that he's capable of, if he plays his best game, you could make the argument that he's the best player in college football. So it's really a good-on-good matchup. It's exactly what you want in a national championship game. I think that if Clemson gets off to a good start, Deshaun Watson plays well, they win the turnover battle, because I believe they're 42-4 when they win the turnover battle with Dabo Swinney as their head coach. However, this year they have not been great when it comes to taking care of the football. 26 turnovers for the offense. I think that's 113th in the nation. So that's going to be important for them. Those 3 factors are always huge, but if Alabama lets Deshaun Watson become the player he's capable of becoming, then it could be a tough day.
Perfect. Thank you, guys.
Cool.